Hello and welcome everyone to another video of Personal Finance New Zealand with Labuschagne. Today we're going to be talking about brokerage accounts or investing platforms and mainly just stocks, so no options or anything, and mainly for the New Zealand, Australian and US stock markets. And a quick rant is just that I hate fees, so any of the traditional brokers in New Zealand, they charge up to like $90 a trade, which is ridiculous. And Tiger Brokers is another one that I won't be considering, which is, their platform just, in my opinion, is not very good quality. A lot of it is in Chinese, so it's just not very usable, and their fees are actually higher than the platform that they piggyback off, which is Interactive Brokers. So for that reason, I won't be covering them in this video. So first up is currency exchange fees. Now all these platforms require you to exchange currency if you're not buying directly New Zealand products. So InvestNow and Sharesies both allow you to buy companies on the NZX, and obviously you don't have to exchange your currency for that, so obviously that's free. But if you're buying Australian shares or US shares, these are the currency exchange fees. So Sharesies has a 0.4% currency exchange, Hatch is 0.5%, Stake is 1% with a minimum of $2, and they also have a $2 withdrawal fee on top of that. InvestNow only offers New Zealand-based products, so no currency exchange there. And then Interactive Brokers, coming in at the absolute cheapest, in my opinion, is 0.02%. So that's insane. But they do have a $2 US minimum, and that's for amounts less than some ridiculous thing that no one would actually exceed. So essentially you're going to be paying $2 every time. So next up is brokerage fees. So Sharesies charges 0.5% of the trade amount for the first $3,000 and then 0.1% thereafter. InvestNow doesn't actually have any transaction fees. They just let you buy managed funds and ETFs for free, essentially, so that's a good option there. Hatch Invest charges a $3 flat fee for up to 300 shares, and then 1 cent per share after that. Stake doesn't technically have brokerage fees, but they do charge the TAF fee and the SEC fee when you buy or sell respectively. And just remember that you are paying a much higher foreign exchange fee initially when you deposit your money. And in my opinion, the best pricing structure for commission fees again is Interactive Brokers. So they charge 0.35 cents per share, so that's $0.0035 per share that you buy. So essentially you're paying 35 cents to buy 100 shares, and that's the minimum. So if you essentially anytime you buy less than 100 shares, you're paying 35 cents per trade as a flat fee. So that already beats Hatch Invest, and after a certain transaction size, it beats the likes of Sharesies as well as Stake when you take into account the foreign currency exchange fees. And just on the topic of Stake, I have set up an account with them, and I have bought and sold shares with them. I did have a few gripes with their platform. The main one is the currency exchange is very expensive, and you can't just deposit money directly from a bank account and then exchange when you want. It gets exchanged automatically. You have to use their platform using a service called Polly to do it. So yeah, I don't really like that compared to Interactive Brokers that lets you just deposit money, and all the other platforms let you just deposit money with a normal bank transfer, which is a lot better in my opinion. They also have that withdrawal fee, that $2 withdrawal fee, and they don't have much functionality for all those extra weird fees outside of basic trading. And there's also a weird minimum of $10 per trade, which sort of was annoying sometimes with a little bit of uninvested money that I just wanted to throw into an ETF, but then they had that $10 minimum, so that's sort of annoying. And then they also, on top of that, only have US stocks, whereas Interactive Brokers has, you know, many different current countries that you can buy from. So if you really want just a quick and dirty rule of, okay, which platform should I use based on what I'm buying? So if you're buying ETFs or managed funds, my recommendation is to use InvestNow, just because they have no transaction fees, no currency exchange fees. You're just, what you pay is what you get in terms of value, and that's as compared to Sharesies, which charges a transaction fee when you buy ETFs, and they only have a very small number of managed funds anyway that you can also get on InvestNow. So you might as well do all of your index funds sort of investing through InvestNow. So the next thing is New Zealand stocks. So if you just want to buy companies on the NZX, by far, hands down, Sharesies wins in this category in terms of fees. Basically, no other platform beats them. I've tried all the transaction sizes and all the different loopholes to try to make a different platform work out cheaper, but it just isn't. Interactive Brokers unfortunately doesn't offer New Zealand stocks. For Australian stocks, Sharesies wins out here for the most part, for sort of small portfolios of, let's say, less than $1,000. But once you get a lot more serious in terms of much larger amounts for serious investments, I would tend to move all of that over to a more fully fledged platform such as Interactive Brokers, and on those larger amounts you are paying lower fees in the long run. And then lastly, for all US stocks, again, you can use Sharesies just alone, just because they use that percentage based fee, and it works out really cheaply on very small amounts. But anything larger than, let's say, $250 per trade, I would tend to do the rest of that on something like Stake, or my preference would be Interactive Brokers, for the reasons I've already mentioned, and the fact that Interactive Brokers also has many other countries' exchanges that you can buy from, and if you're really so inclined, you can buy options, and you can do forex on there, and all sorts of weird stuff like that. So yeah, in my opinion, the overall best stockbroking account available to New Zealanders would be Interactive Brokers, and then Sharesies for New Zealand stocks, and then InvestNow for your blind sort of paying yourself first into a investment, into a index fund. So that's your buy and hold sort of retirement money, in my opinion. Yeah, so that's basically what I've found with quite a few hours of research. Let me know in the comments what you thought, or if I've missed anything. I don't think I have, but if I have missed any other platforms that really do compete with any of these, I'd love to hear about it. Yeah, hope you found that helpful, and I hope it helps you to figure out where you should invest your money. So yeah, thanks for watching, and have a great day.